I'm called Dan Derek Mnyambabazi. I'm the principal KISORO Vision SS. I'm glad to see you here. This is our school that started in 2003. Now we are about 10 years old. We are coming to 10 years old. And this school has been excelling in various activities, in sports, in academics, in social relations, in behavior, much of the activities that are required in institutions. We have various structures that we are trying to put up for the school so that we can provide better environment for learning for the students. We have about 46 teachers and 16 non-teaching staff. Here before us we have even the school head teacher. He is directly in charge of academics in the school and also the staff welfare. So that is essentially what he does in the school. And for me, I just come in to see how the school is progressing. But otherwise, much of the activities are done by him. So when I talk about the academics in the school and the teachers' welfare, then he's the very person that is in charge. We have a very small science room where we do our practicals because we need to have an area properly designated as a laboratory. But for the time being, we are using a certain room, a classroom, as our laboratory room, and that's where the students also do their practicals from, so that at least they can start getting the small tips about what is required in their science studies. But soon or later we shall have also a laboratory. So the moment we are making exams for the students, after typing them, then they come to style them from here. In producing the exams, we normally put there the stencil and then style, get the number of copies that are desired, and then we separate them to the students. But unfortunately, you know, sometimes it comes with a lot of ink and words are not properly visible. And this is a typewriter that also our secretaries use as they type the exams. So this is what we are still using, and probably in the future we're going to start using computers. But so meanwhile, this is what we have, and we are still comfortable with it, as long as they can provide us some services, and then the students get the exams and some other communications. This is the Vision Library, which has a variety of books that are required by the students, and the students do come to read from here, like the students that are not in class being taught by teachers. Whenever they want to go for private reading, they come inside here and do the private reading. We have a small space that can accommodate about 40 students at most, and then the excess are taken to some other free rooms for private reading. And we shall also need to do further stocking of the books that are needed in the library. So, but meanwhile, according to the numbers that we have, I think it is tentatively sufficing. Some are called pamphlets, others are called textbooks. Normally textbooks are very expensive because in most cases we purchase a textbook between 50,000 to 100,000, whereas pamphlets are bought at around 10,000 to 20,000, depending on the volume and the nature of book that we have purchased, and depending also on its market, because there are some books that are very expensive. These are the only toilets that I've been using for the students as our sanitation facilities. And this is also a bathroom that the students use when they are bathing and even for their short calls. So as I had told you, we had some old toilets on the other side. Then we decided to have some better ones, so that our students can get such a places of convenience where they can get comfort as they ease themselves. So this is our kitchen that we have modernized, and originally we are using the open cooking stones that are very expensive to maintain in terms of usage of firewood. And moreover, this one does not have a lot of smoke. So you are welcome to KISORO Vision.